So I will pose this question to both of you. What are some ways or what are some ideas that the youth can start with? They say, okay, that information is great and I understand that, but I'm not there yet. What is something that I can do within my home, within my community, with my family to become an entrepreneur?
Well, I think one of the biggest misconceptions about entrepreneurship is that it requires a lot of planning, but it doesn't require a lot of startup time. When I went into private practice as a school psychologist, I had gotten fed up with the school district of Philadelphia's usage of us to exclusively diagnose African American boys and throw them away in a special ed jail. And then as an assistant principal of a charter school, I had gotten fed up with some of the things I was seeing in the school. So when I left on faith. And I had no idea whether or not I would be successful, but because I had made a name for myself being in the school district fighting for our children, when I went into private practice, unbeknownst to me, the opportunities were already there. So I was one of those people who just walked out on faith and landed on both feet. I don't recommend that, though. It just so happens that who I was and being one of the few black male school psychologists in the country, that opportunity was there because I had a corner of the market, if you would. But I think that when you look at the business plan, when you look at the three major aspects, the financial plan, okay, the operating plan, and then the marketing plan. And I think where black folks really are weak at is in the marketing plan. We may have the financial aspect down. We may have the operating aspect down. But when you ask people, how do you market your products to black people? They often look at you like you're crazy, but why should I have to market it to black people? They know what they need. Right. But you're working from an assumption that they're going to support you just because. It doesn't work that way. Yeah. If you're going to sell products to black people, you have to approach it as if you were not black. Right. If I was not the same color as my market, as my target group or my target market, what should I be doing to get their attention? And one thing that I often charge black business owners to do is to improve their customer service towards black people. I mean, as somebody who shops in black businesses, I can tell you our people can be downright nasty. Absolutely. And it's almost as if they're doing you a favor by selling you a product. Exactly. You cannot expect black people to come back with that type of a negative treatment that they receive and then get mad because they don't support you when you're the one who drove them away. I think on top of that, we have to redefine what a black business is. Just like we have to redefine what a black president is, what an African-centered scholar is. For me, a black business isn't a business that's simply owned by black people. That's not enough because you have black businesses who operate under the same Eurocentric capitalist model who come into our neighborhood and day, rob us blind, and go back to the suburbs and deposit their money into a white bank. You're no different than the white man or the Korean doing the same thing. A black business must have a vested interest and they must be a natural stakeholder in the success of the community where they operate. That includes the black church, which is one of the biggest economic bloodsuckers in the black community, which I think sucks and squanders more money from us than even the Korean stop and go in the Arab gas station. You know, so we have to redefine what we mean by black business or by black church. Because for me, fundamentally, if you're going to use the term black, that should automatically indicate that there's some commitment to continuity, to culture, to consistency, and to community uplift. And if you're not doing that, you're not a black business, you're a Negro business.